I think once you just go for it, address your fear, get uncomfortable, there's going to be friction about you and your character wanting to address that fear and face that fear and get to the next level.
I don't speak any English when I arrive here because, when you arrive new place, I need to figure out my life. I need to live, I need to pay rent, I need to pay my car, I need to work. Time for English after. When I arrived here, people told me like, Sandra, you can be a paralegal, you can work with attorneys here. And I say, no, I don't want to do that.
You'd have to start over, basically.
I don't want to be paralegal and doing the same thing that I was doing in Colombia.
Today's guest is Sandra Giraldo, and her story is powerful. She moved to Atlanta from Colombia about 9 years ago and built a real estate business from scratch and did it while learning English as a second language. She's a trained attorney with a background in investor lending, and she's built her reputation around clarity, structure, and a genuine care for clients. This is an immigrant story about building from zero, staying grounded, and creating real momentum in Atlanta real estate. Sandra, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me here. This is a beautiful opportunity, and this is beautiful what you are doing.
Thank you.
For everybody.
We're so happy that you're here and ready to dig into the story. So tell me, from the beginning, what brought you to the United States from Colombia?
In 2015, I used to work as a family commissioner. That is kind of family officer here in the court.
Okay.
Helping families protect the rights of the families. And at that year, at the end of the year, I quit. I was tired. I feel like I want more. And I feel like I reach
your potential.
Exactly. So I was like ready for my next chapter. So that was December. And I was like looking for other opportunities at home, relax. Obviously in my career as an attorney. But speaking with some friends, she say, why you don't come to Atlanta just to visit? And I say, yeah, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm going for 2 weeks.
Love that.
So I just buy the tickets and came here. And then I never came to United States before of that. So I realized that I was impressed with everything that I was watching,
Yeah.
So
you felt there was some opportunity here.
Not at that moment. I just enjoyed the moment, and I was happy here. I changed my tickets, and I stayed another month. And when it was time to go back to Colombia, I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm going back to Colombia. So when I arrived to Colombia, was the challenge, because I say, I want to be there. I need to start from zero again. And I put it on the scale if it's good opportunity to do it in Colombia or do it here. And I call back my friend and I say, I feel like I want to go back. And she said, I'm going to help you. I'm going to talk to my husband and give me some time and let's figure it out. And after like 2 months, I was here again.
Wow.
So now it's almost 10 years.
Wow.
This year is going to be 10 years.
Welcome. I'm sure a lot has happened in the last 10 years. I'm curious, though, what brought you to becoming a lawyer and then moving? Why real estate?
Since I was very young, I feel like I'm a leader. I like to help people, protect people's rights, stand up for other people. I'm the oldest sibling in my house. I have another 4 siblings. So I always was speaking for them, even with my friends. So when was the time to make the decision, I thought that was a good career for
Right.
me. My character and the way how my personality was.
Right.
So
Were you the middle child or
no, the
oldest?
oldest.
Oldest.
Yeah.
Okay, oldest. That makes sense. I've got 4 siblings too, by the way. I'm middle, so I hold it together. But you're the oldest, so you
Oh yeah, I'm the
lead.
boss.
You're
I'm
the
always the boss.
You're you're the second mom.
Yeah, I think the first mom.
First mom. Yeah.
And yeah, to study law shaped my identity.
Mm,
And when I came here to United States, I just was trying to figure out what is the best for me. Because at the moment that I decide to leave Colombia,
yeah.
I decide to don't be an attorney anymore.
Yeah.
When I arrived here, people told me like, Sandra, you can be a paralegal, you can work with attorneys here.
Right.
And I say, no, I don't want to do that.
You'd have to start over,
Yeah,
right? Basically.
I don't want to be being paralegal and doing the same thing that I was doing in Colombia. I want something new. So I'm start to like find a job, and was when I start to work with this Harmony lending company. And they like my background. In my first job was only call clients that owe money just to tell them to pay.
Oh, okay.
And I have the character, and everybody speaks Spanish.
Right.
And I have the character to tell you, hey, please pay. So
in 2 different languages. So
exactly. And at that moment was only Spanish because I don't speak any English when I arrived here.
Oh.
And I didn't have the opportunity to study English when I just arrived.
Yeah.
Because when you arrive new to some new place, I need to figure out my life.
Yeah.
I need to live. I need to pay rent. I need to pay my car. So I need to work. Time for English after when I have some time in home, studying with books in home, online in home. But when you study by yourself, not everybody is same.
Yeah.
You don't have the same consistency.
Right.
So was like 2 years speaking only in Spanish.
Wow.
And at that moment, now that I see that, it was terrible. But at that moment, I don't feel like wasn't that big deal.
Right. I mean, Atlanta is a big melting pot. It's become a lot more diverse. There's a community for everyone. But I hear you. It's a struggle. I was fortunate enough. I'm a French citizen, immigrant from France, but I moved when I was younger, 7, 8 years old. At that time, I was just thrown in the classroom.
In 6 months.
Yeah, I'm sitting in the back, and 6 months later, I just start to understand. Obviously, it's impacted me, English writing, English. I always stuck to math, science, engineering, because those things didn't really change. But the English language, it took me a while to get rid of my accent. It took me a long time, and I always struggled and was a little bit behind from others. So I can only imagine being yourself, coming in much older, very much
27 years old. I had that at the moment. Learn a new language at that age.
No
it's
school,
not easy. Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, you have to make money. You have to figure it out. So what did the hard money? So the hard money lending, you went from that position. How long were you there, and what did you do next?
Real estate, and I'm stay there. I'm start to study, and I took my license course in Spanish.
Okay.
And I did my test in Spanish, not in Georgia, was Florida.
Florida, yeah.
Because I don't know English. So I was pretty good girl studying. So I did it in Spanish.
Right.
I passed my test at the first. And when I had my license in Florida, then I do something here that the name is mutual recognition. I can pronounce that word exactly. Mutual recognition.
Okay.
Say it.
Mutual recognition.
Yes. So I did that here in the GREC, and that's it.
That.
And then I had my license.
Got it.
Here because I live here, so I don't have to do any other test.
And Florida,
it's like a longer path.
It's like a loophole. Florida allows you to do it in Spanish, and then you were able to basically transfer. Yeah,
and then the challenge arrives because wasn't only to put a house on the list.
Right.
Was to communicate
with other agents, vendors,
and other agents. 90% at that moment, 8 years ago, just speak English. And I was like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do? So I have a best friend, and she's my hero. She helped me with everything.
Wow.
And then I just learned. This is funny because I just learned everything about real estate and contracts and how to represent a client and have a conversation with you about my client, about the contract. But I can't speak with other friends about my life, what to do, how to cook. When I'm start today with my husband, I don't know how to talk about love with him because I only know everything in English about real estate.
That's so funny.
It's so funny. But
it's the opposite for me. I can have a conversation in French, no problem, but I could not imagine representing a client in French. My French is elementary, negotiating, talking the contract, the real estate language in French is just not something I'm used to. So it's almost like the opposite for you.
I think because I know you're gonna make this question.
Yeah.
And I think my background as a lawyer helped me with that.
Yeah.
I know what is a contract, how to read a contract, how to write a contract, how to make agreements. So that background helped me. Even my English wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
So when I did it, it's just to me, I feel like always was a little bit harder than for other people. But anyways, I can do it. I have to take a little bit much time. Like, okay, this contract is in English. I have to study.
Right.
I have a base because my background, but I have to take time to study. Other people just do the things, and that's it.
Yeah.
But it's how I learn. And I'm glad that I did it.
Yeah. I mean, most agents don't even know the contract that they're filling up, our GAR forms and the templates and everything. A lot of the new agents struggle with that.
And even that is just to fill some blank spaces.
Yeah.
But they read some part of the contract and they don't even understand what they are reading.
Yeah. Which is scary because they're representing their client in their biggest transaction that they have. They saved all this money to buy this house, or they're selling the biggest investment that they have, and they're being represented by an agent that doesn't even know the paperwork. So
we don't use ChatGPT. We don't use ChatGPT 8 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I pride myself on when I became licensed, the first thing I did was read in detail. What are we signing here? And I think it's so important to slow down. For you having that background, do you feel like it's a competitive edge?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because if I feel that if I didn't have that background, probably I wasn't in real estate.
Yeah.
Because that background is like, you have everything inside. Just do it and you're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And everything was so easy. The language was the problem for me at that moment. But I take the time to study. It's the only way.
Yeah. Well, it certainly shows. Your English, I feel like, is perfectly fine. We're having a perfect conversation. So congratulations on doing that. And I bet now knowing both language, also like certain agents we see have trouble, finding clients and supporting clients. I feel like it's also a competitive edge for you being able to not only take care of English speaking clients, but also especially Spanish speaking clients. Like I'm not able to take care of that.
Let me tell you a secret, but
Okay.
don't tell anybody.
Okay.
I think that fear never disappears. Even I'm here speaking with you, or even I'm speaking with some other agents, or wherever I was, I feel like that fear never disappeared. It's something that I already have, and is something that I learned how to live with that,
Right.
and how to hide that when I have to. But it's something that still make me feel like my confidence about the language.
Yeah.
Is something that I feel still there.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things that it just gets better with time. And it's, even for me, sometimes there's certain words that I can't. It's been, 27 years since I moved to the US. And still, there's certain words that I'm telling my wife, like, how do you say this? This is the word in French. Like, because
Same here.
you're not used to thinking all the time in one language or the other. So, yeah, it's so most of our audience are agents. What would you tell other agents? Any advice for other agents that are bilingual?
It's many agents bilingual here, and amazing. They are great. So I think I'm the one who needs the advice.
No.
but if somebody is feeling the same that I'm feeling,
Yeah.
that advice is do it. Even your fear is there, because probably it's not going to disappear. Do it with fear.
Yeah.
But do it.
Yeah.
It's many people on the back that is not doing anything. So just do it. What do you have to lose?
Yeah.
So that's my advice.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is scared of something. Maybe it's language for you. Maybe it's, starting a podcast. Maybe it's, everyone's got something they're uncomfortable with. And I think once you just go for it, address your fear, get uncomfortable, with that, and be okay. Yes, there's going to be friction, but after that, the reward and the possibility and, reaching what you're able to do, I think it's all worth it. So it doesn't matter what your fears are. I feel like, it tells a lot about you and your character wanting to address that fear and face that fear and get to the next level. So, and I also think working with agents, I've worked with many that are bilingual. Maybe it's Spanish, maybe, it's Mandarin, another language, because we have so many immigrants here. Sometimes the deal is easier.
It's a lot easier.
It's a lot easier.
Yes.
Because maybe someone's using a translator, or we're just, it's via text usually, because the phone conversation, and it's just, all right, this is what my client needs. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. And there's no fluff. There's no gray area. I feel like sometimes it's an easier deal.
That happened a lot to me. Work with other agents, Asian agents.
Yeah.
I love to work with them. They are so easy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because the language. I don't know if it's because they don't want to complicate anything.
Right.
But yeah, work with bilingual, I feel like it's easier. And easier because they understand you better, but easier because the difference that we have in the
culture.
Yeah, the culture.
Yeah. I feel that so much, because the American culture, I remember coming here, and my parents also, it's not to be negative, but it's blah, blah, blah. It's like there's a lot of small talk. in business with Americans, you sit down and you have small talk for 5 minutes before you get to talking about business. And maybe Asian cultures and different cultures, it's straight to business. Like, this is what I'm here for. There's no fluff. It's just structure and facts. And I feel like you coming from, more of a structured analytical attorney background, you kind of appreciate that. And also just the culture differences. So,
yeah, that's true.
What are some other differences that you found working professionally in Colombia and now working professionally in the US? What is another big difference that you found?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything is different. Yeah. It is the way how you adapt. It's the way how you adapt, because nothing is same.
Yeah.
Everything is different. So the trick here is, as fast as you adapt is when you win the game. So it's just to find the way to do it. It's just to find, it's a small hole here. I'm gonna go through that hole.
Yeah.
I fit. Okay. It's adapt and figure it out.
Yeah.
Because everything is different.
What about your hard money lending background? It sounds like you transitioned from that to being a realtor and started to work with a lot of investors at that time. Was that your first kind of client before moving on to like home buyers?
Yes.
Tell me about the investor clients in your experience.
I love the investor clients because it's less emotion. It's more numbers, more understand the risk, timeline, numbers, and make the decision.
Yeah.
Those numbers work for me. Okay, I do it.
Yeah.
In the home buyer, first time home buyers is totally different. It's everything emotional.
Right.
So you put your heart. So if you go to a showing and you saw a house, but you don't like that lamp that is on the ceiling, that is a big problem, because you are putting your emotion. It's the house that you're gonna live. The investor just say, I change it.
Yeah.
That's it.
$200. I change it. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a lot different. It's beautiful. I like to work with them. But at this moment, I'm in another stage in my life. I think investors are easier when you are prepared. Because if you don't know what you are doing,
right,
they can lose a lot of money. So if you know what you are doing, you know the market, you know the numbers, you run the numbers. And as an agent, nobody teach us how to run numbers.
Yeah, 100%.
They teach us how to make comps, but nobody teach you about how to run numbers. So only to be on the streets with them is when you learn. So not many agents have that ability.
Yeah.
But I think it's good, it's beautiful. But how I say, I'm in another stage in my life right now. I think family is the most important and beautiful thing that we have now that I have a family, that I have my daughter, that now that every time that we invest in something, we are thinking to grow as a family for our future. So that's the reason why I switch.
Right.
Because I want that the other families have that opportunity to find somebody that cares a lot, because you are building your stability in the long term. So that's why I make the change. Doesn't mean that I don't receive or I don't work with investors.
Right.
If somebody needs an advice and I'm able to do it because I did it, because I was doing that and I know how that works, I'm happy to give my advices. But I'm happy to be responsible and say, I'm not doing this at this moment. I'm going to connect you with the right person. Because when we start in this career, we do everything.
Yeah.
We do first-time home buyers, investors, wherever arrives, you do it. But when you start to learn and you start to have a different volume, it's good to be focused.
Yeah.
Now I'm in another stage that I'm thinking to build something different. And sometimes for the good things come, you need to let it go other ones.
Yeah. You got to say no to something to say yes to another thing. And it's so funny that you say that, because it's a lot of what we preach at Motto and in our team. Like when we brought several new agents, we always tell them, do everything that you can, figure out what you love, figure out who your client is. If you like investors, if you like luxury, if you like North Atlanta, once you figure it out, then double down on that, because that's what's going to make you successful. Agents that try to foster a relationship and cater to all types of clients usually are not as successful as an agent who goes deep into one niche and focus on, what kind of clients they want to serve. And it's totally okay for that to change. I mean, it sounds like one type of client kind of leads you to the other. And one day, I'm sure, and this is a great question for you, your clients today, the families that you help, the more emotional buyers, do they feel the advantage of you and your background being an attorney and being, well-versed in investments as well?
Yes, you never talk to your clients. Oh, I was an attorney. I never had the opportunity to tell all of my background to my clients.
Right.
But energy speaks itself. And when you talk to somebody, you know if that person knows or not.
Yeah.
It's easy. So people can feel your knowledge when you really know. So it's important, but it's not everything, because it's not about what I say about me. Oh, I'm this, this is my background, blah, blah, blah. It's show.
It's the value.
Doing the things.
Yeah, doing it.
And the other thing about this is when you are ready for something, when you say yes to everything, when the real and big opportunity come, probably you can't take it because you are busy with other small things, with many small things. So sometimes I know, and this is important for agents to know, sometimes we know that difficult times, financial times arrives, and at that moment you start to say yes to everything.
Yeah.
But then when the beautiful opportunity come, you are busy and you can't take it.
Yeah.
So think very well about that.
Yeah.
What are you going to say yes and what are you going to do?
I love that advice. Was there a certain point in your life where you experienced that, you think?
No. I learned this because my husband is very careful with the investment. We like to invest, and I'm more active. I'm more like impulsive. So if I see some house and I do the numbers and I think those numbers works, I just want to go to make the offer.
Yeah.
And he's different. He say, okay, let's wait.
Let's think about it.
Let's see. And she say, that opportunity is great, but it's not the best opportunity. And if we are busy doing this, probably we're going to miss bigger opportunities.
Bigger opportunity, yeah.
And I start to understand his culture too.
Yeah. Is he Colombian?
No, he's from here.
He's from here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why that advice, I think, is so valuable.
And you mentioned your husband is a general contractor?
Oh yeah, he's builder.
So you guys are partnering together
in some projects.
in some projects.
Mm-hmm.
How is that like, being able to rely on him and him rely on you for certain clients, for certain things?
I think it's depend of the personalities. I'm fire, he's water. So it's the perfect combination. But if we both was fire,
Right.
it's no way to do it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because or if we both was water,
Right.
nobody's gonna move. Nobody's gonna take the step.
Yeah.
So I think we have the perfect combination because I like the risk and he is more calm. So we always find the balance on the projects, on the decisions on what project is next. And I think that is important. Everything works good.
Yeah. And I bet it's just so easy and convenient, for an investor like me and most investors. We have to seek those vendors, finding a good general contractor so that we can know the numbers and know if it's a good deal, relying on that contractor to finish the project on time, on budget. You having your husband there, I mean, there's so much opportunity there for you guys to work together on investments.
It's so much opportunity to work together on investments, but the other thing is have him put me in another level as an agent because I know more. And when I don't know about quality materials, roof, wherever is, I just have him on my side. I don't need even to make calls and wait that somebody answer or send estimates for example, on inspections.
Yeah.
I don't need to wait for that.
Yeah.
So I just have him on my side. And when he explains, I know what he's talking about. So to me, it's easier to explain that to the clients.
Yeah. I try to understand as much Spanish as I can, just working with contractors. And I've actually lived in Florida a little bit. So a lot of my friends were Spanish.
For how long?
I was in Florida for 14 years.
So a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we moved from France to West Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh.
And then I was going through school, and after high school, I moved to Atlanta.
You missed your opportunity to speak Spanish.
I know, I missed it, but at least I got French. My mom's Austrian, so she always spoke to us in German, so I understand a lot of German, but Spanish I need to practice. Yeah, I need to learn. That's another conversation for another day. But so I'm curious, looking back at your career and life, what are you most proud of?
To be brave, because make decisions like to move of your country to a new place where you need to start to realize everything. You need to be brave to do it.
Yeah.
Brave to make decisions, even with people. When people around you, you feel that you are not in the right place, be brave to say, this is not my place. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
So I think that's one quality that I'm proud of, because I know many people deal with the decisions. Many people fear to do it.
Yeah, we call that analysis paralysis. Like you are so much analyzing and dwelling in the fear that you are paralyzed to take action. And I think it's such an inspirational story that you have, being able to move from one country to the other. A lot of people can't even move out of their hometown, can't even move from the farm to the city, or, change their environment. And the ability to say no as well is just so powerful, because so many people are stuck in saying yes to different things and living other people's life instead of living your life to your full potential and just being fearless and wanting to know more and do more
Yes.
than challenging yourself. So
Yes.
it's such an inspirational story that you have, and I admire you for that. That's really, really big, and I know a lot of people could not go through that challenge and being uncomfortable every day with the language and getting adapted. So I'm proud of you. You are brave.
Thank you.
Well, I would love to continue the conversation, but we need to wrap up. We always ask our guests one question, the same question. We are the Atlanta Agent Playbook. So, what is one play that you want to add to our playbook? One play, habit, mindset, piece of advice for agents out there in Atlanta.
I want to tell to no one.
All right, let's add 2 plays. Let's do it.
The first one is being present and stop to be a secret agent.
Okay.
Not be outside doing marketing is not a choice today in the market. So you need to stop to hide and show up for everybody. Do your marketing, do your videos, do whatever you have to do. But it's not an option to don't do marketing right now. And the second one is if you don't have an assistant, have an assistant.
Wow.
Because even you have volume or not, it's not the assistant. It's not about to be a boss. It's the person that you start to be when you start to delegate, to have somebody. You can know much about yourself when you have somebody. So it's the person that you become when you have somebody.
Yeah, I love that. You become a business owner. You become someone who is leveraging time and delegating and, like you said, opening up your time to be able to say yes to opportunities instead of being too busy.
And it's a challenge. It's not easy. When I start, I have a different assistant every month. And I blame on my assistants.
Yeah.
But one day I realized that the problem wasn't them, was me, because I don't know how to lead and how to do it right with them.
Wow.
But when I become the person that I need to be, I found the right person.
Wow. Love that. That's a third. Let's add that. The ownership, you have to take ownership. And it's always 100% your fault. It's always 100% on you. You can't change others, but you can change yourself to be successful. So, well, thank you so much for sharing your story, for sharing your heart. It was incredibly inspirational. I am blessed to know you and have you on this podcast. Thank you so much, Sandra.
Thank you so much.